Have you ever looked at your bank account and thought, is this it? Have you ever dreamed of a life of financial freedom? A life where you're not trading your time for money, but your money is working for you? What if I told you that going from zero to a millionaire is untamed fantasy reserved for the lucky few? What if I told you it's a blueprint, a system that anyone with discipline and the right knowledge can follow? Well, today, I'm pulling back the curtain and giving you that exact blueprint, the very one I used to turn an empty savings account into a seven-figure portfolio. If you're ready to change your financial destiny, pay me a quick favor. Hit that like button and subscribe right now, because this is the video that could change everything for you. Let us get one thing straight from the start. Building wealth is untamed about a single lucky stock pick or some secret crypto coin. It's not about winning the lottery. It's about a disciplined, repeatable process. The first and most crucial step in this entire blueprint is mastering the art of saving. I know, it sounds basic, almost boring, right? But this is the foundation upon which your entire financial empire will be built. When I started, I had nothing, zero. The first change I made wasn't in my investments, it was in my mindset. I stopped seeing saving as a sacrifice and started seeing it as an investment in my future self. So, how do you do it? You start by paying yourself first. The moment your paycheck hits your account, before you pay a single bill, before you buy your coffee, before you even think about your rent, a portion of that money is automatically transferred to a separate savings account. This isn't optional, it's a non-negotiable rule. I started with 10%. It felt tough at first, but I adjusted. I cut out subscriptions I didn't use. I started cooking at home more. And I asked myself a simple question before every purchase. Do I want this now, or do I want financial freedom later? Over time, I was able to increase that savings rate to 20%, then 30%, and eventually, even 50% of my income. Okay, this isn't about deprivation. It's about intentionality. You are consciously deciding to build your future, $1 at a time. This saved capital is your ammunition, the fuel for the wealth-building engine we're about to construct. Without it, the best investing strategies in the world are useless. Once you've rebuilt a consistent saving habit and have a cash reserve, your dry powder, it's time to put that money to work. This is where smart asset allocation comes in, and is the part that separates amateur investors from serious wealth builders. Think of your portfolio like a championship sports team. You wouldn't build a team with only strikers, right? You need defenders. You need midfielders. You need a balanced team that can perform well in any situation. Your investment portfolio is the exact same. You need a mix of different assets that behave differently under various market conditions. This is called diversification, and it's your number one defense against risk. For my blueprint, I followed a simple but powerful allocation model. The core of my portfolio, about 60%, was invested in low-cost index funds that track the entire stock market, like an S&P 500 or a total stock market index fund. Why? Because instead of trying to pick the one winning company out of thousands, you're betting on the long-term growth of the entire economy. Historically, this has been one of the most reliable ways to build wealth. The next 20% went into international stock funds. You don't want all your eggs in one country's basket. Spreading your investments globally protects you from a downturn in any single economy and gives you a piece of growth happening all over the world. The final 20% of my portfolio was allocated to bonds and real estate investment trusts, or REITs. Bonds act as the defense for your team. When the stock market gets volatile and drops, bonds tend to hold their value, or even go up. It's providing stability and cushioning the fall. REITs, on the other hand, allowed me to invest in real estate office buildings, apartment complexes, shopping centers, without the headache of being a landlord. The strategy gave me growth from stocks, stability from bonds, and income from real estate. This wasn't a static plan. I would rebalance my portfolio once a year, selling some of the assets that had performed well and buying more of those that hadn't, to ensure I stayed true to my 60/20 allocation. This disciplined approach prevents you from making emotional decisions, like selling everything in a panic when the market dips, or chasing a hot stock that's about to crash. Now, we get to the most magical part of this entire blueprint. The secret ingredient that does the heavy lifting for you. Albert Einstein supposedly called it the eighth wonder of the world, and he was right. I'm talking about the power of compounding. Let me break it down with a simple story. Imagine you have two friends, Sarah and Tom. Sarah starts investing $300 a month at age 25. Tom thinks he has plenty of time and waits until he's 35 to start. But to catch up, he invests double the amount, $600 a month. Both earn a reasonable 8% average annual return. Who do you think ends up with more money by age 65? It's not even close. Despite investing far less in total, Sarah will have a portfolio worth over $1.2 million. That's the magic of compounding, okay? It's your money making money, and then that money making even more money, okay? It's a snowball effect. When you first start, your contributions are doing most of the work. If you put in $100 and your portfolio grows by a few dollars, it feels slow. It feels insignificant. This is where most people give up. They don't see the instant gratification they were hoping for. But if you stay the course, something incredible happens. Over time, the growth from your investments starts to dwarf your actual contributions. In my own journey, there was a tipping point, a glorious day when my portfolio earned more money in a single day than I was contributing in an entire month. That's when you know you've harnessed the power of compounding. Your army of dollars is now working for you 24/7, even while you sleep. The key is time. You need to give your investments a long runway to grow. The longer you stay invested, the more powerful the compounding effect becomes, and the faster your journey to millionaire status accelerates. It requires patience, it requires discipline, but the reward is a level of wealth you never thought possible. This blueprint isn't just theory, it's a proven path. By consistently saving, intelligently allocating my assets across a diversified portfolio, letting the power of compounding work its magic over years, I went from a bank account with a zero balance to a 7-figure net worth. It wasn't overnight. It wasn't an easy money scheme. It was the result of discipline, patience, and unwavering belief in the process. The system works if you work the system. You have the map. You have the instructions. The only thing standing between you and financial freedom is your decision to start. Hope you found this breakdown incredibly valuable. You've only scratched the surface today, covering the foundational pillars of wealth creation. But what's next? In our upcoming videos, we're going to dive deeper. We'll explore advanced strategies like tax loss, harvesting, analyzing individual stocks, and how to protect your wealth once you've built it. These are the techniques that can supercharge your journey and take you from millionaire to multimillionaire status. You absolutely do not want to miss it. So if you haven't already, make sure you hit that like button, smash that subscribe button, okay? And ring the notification bell so you're the first to know when our next lesson drops. Thank you for joining me on this journey, and I'll see you in the next video.